This pandemic has changed the world. Margaret W. Wong and Associates, with over 40 years experience in U.S. immigration law, keeps working for you in the midst of adversity. Offices are in Cleveland, New York, Memphis, Atlanta, Columbus, Raleigh, North Carolina, Nashville, Chicago, and Minneapolis. Look after your loved ones and we'll take care of your immigration needs. Please call us at 216-279-3984. That's 216-279-3984.
Hello, everybody. My name is Juan Carlos Brando. It's a pleasure to have you in this show today. And today we're going to have the chance to talk to Ms. Wong, who is going to be sharing some of her experiences, but also answering your questions in the immigration field. So thank you so much for joining us today, and we welcome Ms. Wong today. How are you doing, Ms. Wong? Thank you for having us.
Thank you. I'm very well. Thank you.
And yeah, Ms. Wong, so it looks like a lot of people are interested in this new topic about the EU visa and the EAD. And actually, in a prior show, just a few minutes ago, somebody wrote the question. It was Hayendra Patel. And she was looking at something related to businesses. And she asked this question: can I start a business with my Visa EAD?
Absolutely. Let me explain to you what's an EAD. EAD is a work permit. So you have different types of work permit. For example, U visa EAD, there are two types. You have a C14, C15, and also A19, A20. So those are all open market work permit. What is an open market work permit? Open market work permit means that you can do anything you want. You have to file tax return, you can get a social security number, you will get a driver's license, and you can do anything. Now, H-1B work permit is an employer-specific work permit, which means that you have to work for the same employer sponsor in the same location with the minimum salary level that we say that the PI file, what we call the PI file, says you make. You can make more, but not less. So it's job-specific, employer-specific, location-specific, prevailing wage-specific. So that's the H-1B. Now, we also have K-1. We do a lot of like fiancé visas. That's a K-1. So K-1 visa is also open market, but it's only a 90-day. And most Social Security office number don't know K-1 is a working visa. They should know H-1 is a working visa. H-4 is not a working visa. A C-9 is a working visa, but some visa is open market, like a H-2B that a lot of Mexican people get. You know, they work in farms, they work in with herds and pigs and cows. Those are employer specific. All H's, H1A, H1B, H1. It used to be that's a H1C, but there's no more. H2 is not a working visa. H3, and it comes from here. I've been practicing for 45 years, so you can tell me something, I just know it, you know. But U visa is an open market work permit, which means that absolutely you can own a business, you can work for someone, you can do whatever you want. You can also have 3 jobs, like OPT, working visa, like a student optional practical training, or CPT, which is curriculum practical training. That working visa has to be related to your degree, versus in my days, because I also came to America as a foreign student. In my days, we also have OPT, so we can do anything we want. So in my days, OPT is very much open market. Now OPT, they're restricting.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. And yes, a lot of people are asking about this kind of work permit. So if you have any other questions, please write them down while we are live with Ms. Wong. She will answer your questions in the immigration field. And the phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984, and she will have an answer for your immigration questions. So another question that we have that came through in the prior show is this one. So the question is, I am waiting for my I-130 My mom filed for me uh, a few years ago, 10 years ago. We are from Peru, and the I-130, we're still waiting for the approval. Can I do any other case while I'm waiting, or I just need to
Yes.
wait for it?
Yes, the question is my mom is either a green card or citizen. If she only is a green card, I'm single and over 21 and she waited 10 years. So I presume mom is a citizen and you are married. Yes, when you are still waiting, you can do a perm. Perm is a labor certification green card that takes, because you're from Peru, China and India takes about 10 years, 11 years to get green card for Indians. China is taking 3 or 4 years. Because you're from Peru, it takes only 1.5, 2 years. So when you're waiting for mom's visa, you can also do a job related job offer visa, which is a perm. There's different ways to get green card. One is not mutually exclusive of each other. So when my mom is getting my visa, my brother became a citizen. My brother can also file for me. My wife became a green card holder because her mom is supporting her. So now my wife can also sponsor me. My boss really likes me and he's worried in today's pandemic he can't get good workers. He's willing to sponsor me so I can also use your boss.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And yeah, that's a very, very good answer for this person who is sending this question. And please, if you have any other questions or you want more information, please give us a call 216 279 3984. 216 279 3984. Ms. Wong has offices in 9 cities of the United States, in Atlanta, Chicago, Columbus, Cleveland, Memphis, Minneapolis, Nashville, New York, Raleigh, and you can also find information in www.imwong.com, www.imwong.com, and she will answer your questions, but also you can call directly 216 279 3984, 216 279 3984. We have another question coming in, Ms. Wong. Can you explain a little bit about the option for the people under 18 that have come to the United States?
Yes, under 18, if both of your parents are in America, you have to, especially if you came undocumented, you can probably apply for what we call the juvenile status. The young people's asylum. I shouldn't say the law remains the same if you're young or you're old, but normally if you go to immigration for interviews, a little bit easier because you are young. But don't make up a story, okay? Because it really is not nice. But another way to do it is what we call the ward of court. If both parents are not in America and you were raised by your grandparents, if they've deserted you, deserted, abandoned, or abused you or neglected, you can apply for a ward of court. That means the American municipal court or American common plea. The county, America, one of the states is taking care of you, then you can also get a green card. That's another way that a lot of young people are getting paperwork. But it's not for everybody because you need at least one, if not both, parents' abandonment. Now, before we ask another question, Mr. Juan Carlos, I'm reading a book called, and that really struck me that I need to talk about in this program. It's called Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. I've heard about this. I am 71 years old, so I heard a lot about that book through the years. And then I thought, now with the pandemic over, I just need to teach myself more stuff. It's a book about a Holocaust, and the writer, he was very young. He's a psychologist. It's a beautifully written book because it's something we can identify with as immigrants. That book talks about how the Jewish people, a lot of them, they're very good art collectors. When they were in Vienna, when they were in Germany, they all went to concentration camps in the 30s. And then, of course, you have all those horror stories. So there are 3 stages of sufferings. The first time when they go to a concentration camp, they were shocked, by the system, by their chief doctors, they're rich people, they're beautiful furniture. Now they're in a concentration camp. It's just like the Japanese people going into internment in America in the Second World War because of the war with Japan. So the first stage of shock is like, how could I be so reduced to this non-human subsistence. That shock. The second stage is once they're there for days and months and weeks, now they accept. Now they're thinking, okay, how could I get a little piece of bread? Oh, I know I'm stuck here. So what am I going to do about it? And the third stage is after liberation. Now what? Because you came out of concentration camps, you lose your wife, you lose your parents, you lose your children. You are lucky enough to alive, but then do you feel alive? Because suddenly it's like I've always had hope. If I finish my concentration camp, I have a nice dinner. I will see my wife. There's always that hope, especially for a lot of these. These are really smart people. Same with the Japanese. Same with a lot of us who were in camps. And I thought about how when President Trump came in, even when Obama was here after Bush, people get deported left and right, especially in cities like Nashville, Memphis, Atlanta. People overnight they get lost. There's a rumor, oh my gosh, immigration has come to check this company. Then all the Latino people, they're all gone because most of us have no documents. So the shock of Trump coming in and suddenly the acceptance. I remember in my job, I was like lost. I was traveling so much. I'm like, what do I do now? This client's in jail. That client's getting deported. But on the other hand, you get immune to it because the sufferings of human beings, after a while, when you have so many people in jail, so many people go on ankle bracelet, so many people, the government's trying to deport. After a while, you're like immune. It's like you don't even ask yourself, why are you in jail? Why are they putting us in jail? Just because the private jails want to make some money. And then there's a whole acceptance phase and stuff. So when Trump was here, now it's liberation. Biden came in, slowly we're coming back. Matter of AB is gone. Matter of LEA is gone. Hernandez Rojas came in. Next Chavez came in. Suddenly I'm like, oh my gosh, all these new laws. I mean, we have a headache. So I just want to tell you my experience. I'm still at the end, 25%. But if you want to read a book, this is a good book for people like us who have no papers, who went through hell in the past 20 years with Bush and then getting deported. In those days, we get a bag and baggage letter and we just don't show up. We're still here, we're working. I just met with a beautiful young woman who was abused by the first husband. Now the kid is 34, 32 years old. He had another husband who gave her, she has another, and now is 18 years old. And she's in shock, she just now, I said, why didn't you see a lawyer? Her sister filed for her in 97. She's from Mexico. She's like, I don't even know what to do because I saw some lawyers and they say I have to wait. And I see why lawyers said that because Mexico green card takes 25 years. I know I keep on, but that book really made me think how shocked I personally was in the past few years. And then you suddenly you felt immune. People in jail, you finally say, I couldn't help you. I'm sorry. And then you tell myself, how could you not help them? I mean, but on the other hand, why are they in jail? We're not murderers. We're not. And then now it's like suddenly liberation, all these new laws coming in. So I have to go back to all my old cases, all my closed files and start calling people and telling them, do you know there's a new law? And then I tell myself, Margaret, stop. Because, the world changed. You just have to change with it. But that's my experience with the
Thank you so
past
much.
10 years. Yes.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for sharing, and also for people that would like to read that book. And thank you, Gordon, for sharing me the link. The link is already on our comments, so you just need to click on it, and you will see the link for the book. It will take you to that book, and I'm pretty sure it is going to be awesome for people that have different experiences, Ms. Wong, because we have a lot of experiences trying to make it to the United States. And just last night, somebody was telling me that she tried to come with her kid, and on their way to the border here in the United States, they were coming from El Salvador, and on their way in Mexico, when they got to some city close to the border, they separated her from her kid, and he was just like 11 years old or 12 years old. The coyotes or the mafia took the kid away from her, and she was desperate. She didn't know what to do. She didn't know what's going to happen with the kid, and she was really, really scared. And then they had to return to El Salvador, and then they tried again. They were deported from the border, and then they tried again until they made it. So it's about persistence. It's about being insistent, because it's not just one person's story. It's about a lot of people have the same story, or pretty much very similar stories, but we don't know because we don't talk about it. And we need a good attorney who will listen to our case, who will have a lot of experiences like ours. Because maybe, Miss Wong, my story is hard for myself because it's the only story that I'm living. But and I don't know what to do. But if I go and talk to you, that you have seen thousands of stories like mine, maybe not exactly the same, but thousands of stories that are similar to my story, you will already know what I should do. And that's why we'll go with you, because you have over 4 years of experience. So thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for sharing your thoughts and your heart with all of us every single Wednesday and Thursday. We have another question coming in. Um, So I would like to go to your office, but I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Um, could I renew my DACA? It was expired in 2017 and I didn't renew it.
Why didn't you renew it? Absolutely, you can renew it now. It takes only about 2.5 months to 4 months to get a renewal. I hope in the meantime you didn't get a DUI or any criminal record. But definitely renew DACA, because I really think if the negotiation with the Republican Party is okay, TPS, DACA, essential foreign workers, should first get the green cards and then comes to other people who entered legally, and then come to other people who entered undocumented. So absolutely, and you don't even need to see me too. Just call us. I'll teach you, because if you're smart, it's not that hard. You can even do it yourself. If you want us to do it, the fees are really not expensive. But and if you don't even need a lawyer. So if nothing changed, all you need is the old filing plus what happened to you after 2017. And it doesn't hurt to have an affidavit to explain you didn't extend because you have no money. I will even loan you the money because it's you need it, kid, because then you get a driver's license, little basics of life, and you can buy car insurance. You already had a social, but it's important to file tax return to protect yourself, because one day you will become a citizen, and then before that you get a green card. You don't want to fall into another hell of no papers. And you're one of the lucky ones who qualify, because not a lot of people qualify for DACA. So listen to me, file your DACA with or without me. Okay.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong.
Yeah.
And if you need more information, the phone number is 216-279-3984. 216-279-3984. Vanessa is asking the next question, Ms. Wong. And she says, "Please, can you help me with some information? After having all the documents qualified and receiving the appointment for the interview, why does the consulate ask that some civil documents should be uploaded to the CEAC again if I already did that before?"
Because they're stupid. They're lazy to check. They're human just like us. You know how sometimes at 5 o'clock at night you need to go home and 3 calls come in, someone is in jail. And that's when the book really taught me. You were so busy doing 10 stuff, and a call came in saying that they need help. We get a call actually yesterday from two sisters. They just passed the border. They entered undocumented. Nobody stopped them. They didn't report themselves. Now they're in a hospital somewhere in Texas or Arizona. They don't know the hospital's name. The call is from the hospital saying that now the hospital administrator cannot, and I don't know if they're telling us the truth, cannot release them because they're under 21. They want to talk to their guardian, or at least call ICE to pick them up, or call Mexican embassy. So it's like they say, what do we do now? Because I don't want them to call ICE. I have no relatives in America, and I certainly don't want Mexican embassy to find me out because they want me to go back to Mexico. So these are the calls. So, but for now, really try to take care of yourself. You need to protect your mind, your gut, and your heart, and don't get too worried. I always tell myself every morning, I thank God, I thank the Lord, I thank Allah that I'm in America. And first is to come here or stay outside in a refugee camp or something. And then we came in, and then we get a work permit, and then we file tax return, and then we don't commit any crimes. And then hopefully one day we get green card, because there's only about 1 million green cards legally to be awarded a year. 1 million is nothing. You have 50 states in America. You have people, who live in New York, Texas, a lot of people, California. But think of that work permit. And is it an open market work permit or a closed market work permit? And then we fight to get green card, and then we fight to become citizen. In the meantime, no criminal record, file a tax return, be nice and kind to people, and help people on the way. I mean, that's that simple, our life mission.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And yes, so Vanessa, maybe just upload the documents again.
Yeah.
Maybe there is no changes or nothing missing. They just don't want to check again because they are
And
lazy.
don't yell at them, don't complain, don't scream. I never yell at them. My whole life is yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. No problem. I'll take care of it. I got a really nice call from a judge yesterday morning. He actually was very nice. He said, I have some time. I want to do this hearing early. Are you guys available? I said, of course. Whatever you say, yes, sir, no problem. Make them happy. They'll grant your case. Same with this case. They do it all the time to us. I need your 3-year tax return. I gave it to you. So I don't even tell them now I gave it to you. I just refile it. They're happy.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That's a very good advice, Ms. Wong. Thank you so much. If you need more information, just give us a call, 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. Good afternoon. I am in the process of an asylum with my kid, and we were applying for our EAD, but it was denied in the first request of the work permit. Is it possible that I get it approved? I am in Ohio.
The good news is the first work permit under asylum filing is free. So keep applying for them. You need to read carefully because it is in English. Read it, all right? If your child speaks English, make you understand what's the reason for denial. The most common reason for denial is because you filed too early. Because under the old, remember I keep talking about Trump's work permit. Trump in March of 2020 and after August of 2020 said that you can only apply for work permit after 1 year. So you need to join CASA or ASAP. And then after you became a member, file after 151 days, and it's free. So, and make sure you always file the correct form, fill everything out, not applicable, none, don't leave it blank, all right? Because then they send it back. And always sign properly. And it's just weird, immigration. So make sure everything is done right. You file it and be respectful. Don't say, oh, you made a wrong decision. Why? They don't care about you. You just keep paying them and I personally don't like to ask for fee waivers. I see a lot of people does it because, you save yourself $900 in a filing fee. You do a fee waiver. The government wants your money. So instead of filing for fee waiver, I would prefer that we pay the fee because let's face it, to respect people with money. America is the same as the world, right? You have money, you talk. So I don't like to ask for fee waiver. And I see some, especially notarials, they collect your fee, but they ask for fee waiver. So they sort of took your money and you didn't know that. But these are little things that, that I would like us not to do, is to pay them the fee so they give us an answer. Because if everybody don't pay them a fee, then immigration really have no money to hire more people, and then they don't give us a good service that we deserve because we pay the fees. You pay for what you get.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And that's very true. You pay for what you get. That's interesting. If you pay something cheap, you're gonna get something cheap. And even if it's a cheap service, you will get a cheap service. If you go to an expensive restaurant, you will get good attention, good food, because you are paying for it. So thank you so much, Ms. Wong. We have another question here. My husband has his work permit and is still waiting on his interview appointment for asylum. we haven't heard anything. And since the time of applying, my husband has come up on 10 years here now. What should we do?
Actually, that's good that you waited. I presume you're more in the California area or in the New York area, or since this program is from Atlanta, maybe you're from Atlanta. Have a Virginia circuit ride. That means they don't have a local office. They come in. So you are lucky. Your husband keep extending the C8 work permit every 2 years. It used to be 1 year. Now it's 2 years. I won't do anything, and I don't know what green card you have, a citizen you have now under Obama, they would admin close the case so you can do a 601A. But under Trump, they took it away. Under Biden, we suspect it will be reopened again, but it's not. So if you really think he would win asylum, push the case. If you don't think he'll win, then maybe wait for the 10 years, because then you can also do, if you have American born children, then you can also do the non-LPR for removal. But no interview actually is not as bad as we think. It's better sometimes not to have an interview, because then they'll refer to court. The NTA cuts off your 10 years.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And for everybody who is joining us today, don't forget that Ms. Wong has offices in 9 cities of the United States, in Atlanta, in Chicago, Columbus, Cleveland. I was going to say Cincinnati, but Cincinnati is just 2 hours away from Columbus. So you can make an appointment in Columbus, Ohio, and also Memphis, Minneapolis, Nashville, New York, and Raleigh, North Carolina. And July 12th, we're going to be in the office of Nashville. Am I right, Miss Wong? It's
Yes.
Nashville, and Chicago will be, I think, on the 13th, if I'm not wrong. No, it's July the 20th. It's in Chicago.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So Nashville is the 12th, Chicago is the 20th. So please, and these are going to be in-person consultations. However, you need to keep your biosafety measures, wearing your mask, using your hand sanitizer, and please, we know some people want to shake hands or hug, but at the moment, we just need to hold on until this virus is completely gone. So you can make your appointment 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. Victoria is asking, good afternoon. My dad is LPR, and he filed for his son back in October. And when we log in to get information, it keeps saying it's still in process.
Okay. That means the father became a green card probably through either the brother or sister or through his children, right? So now he has another child in overseas, so he's filing. It takes only about 3 to 5 years if the child is over 21 and single for green card parent, or if the child is under 21, quota open. That's one of Biden's rules, is to try to make under 21 kids of green card holder or spouses of green card to be immediately available. So if it's a family to A, I know it sounds complicated, really it's not, because people who hopefully listen to the program understand what I'm talking about, because we are all foreign people, so we understand visas. So if the kid is under 21, you need to push the I-130 approval so the American embassy will let him come to America. But if he's over 21, then the wait time is about 4 to 5 years, so you don't need to push. It was only filed late last year in October. Now it's only June, so it really doesn't matter, because you still have to wait for the priority date, which is 4 or 5 years.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this orientation and this answer. So just keep waiting a little bit more. It will be done soon, but you just need to wait. Also, hi, Ms. Wong, how are you? Can someone who is a green card holder apply for citizenship and apply without their spouse because their spouse is not interested in gaining citizenship? Will this prevent them from obtaining citizenship?
Absolutely not. That's one thing beautiful America. In foreign countries where I came from, Hong Kong, China, India, the family unit are parents, the spouse, and the children. In America, once you get the green card, you are alone. You have one birthday, one social, one PIN number, one tax return, one tax ID number. So you are you. So it doesn't matter if you're married to this person or you're not married or you're divorced or you're single, as long as you already have that 10-year green card, or that's a permanent green card. They only give you 10 years for ID purposes. You can always apply for your own citizenship, because a lot of people, we don't want citizenship because we cannot inherit properties in the Far East, or we don't want to lose our identity because we want to be who we are. So a lot of people are not interested. On the other hand, though, those of you who made it in America, who are rich, it doesn't hurt to be a citizen, because for estate planning, you know how rich people, you pay more tax. When you die, you have, $500,000 or $5 million or something crazy like that. But if you become a citizen, you have more tax deduction for rich people. So if you're only a green card, you don't have as much tax issues. So you may want to talk to an estate lawyer if you're rich and your husband doesn't want to be a citizen. But as far as you are concerned, do whatever you want. You're not tied to anybody, including, except your God, but you're not tied. That's one thing nice about America.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. Okay, so Ms. Wong, I have two more questions, but I know we don't have more time. But this person is asking, how long does F2A take to get approved from Hong Kong? I checked the processing time at the Nebraska Center is 1 to 7 months, but the priority date of mine is August 2020, and I still haven't heard anything. How much longer should I have to wait? Any idea?
The nice thing, as I said earlier, is a family 2A case. What this listener is asking is, my quota is current. That means I could, if I-130 is approved, I already did all my paperwork, I could come to America now. On the other hand, immigration is not approving my I-130. What could I do? You may want to keep pushing, but already they're not going to help you push if the processing time is still within processing. It seemed like you are saying processing time within 1 month to 7 months. Actually, that's a wrong processing time. Sometimes it takes 1.5 years. So either be patient, but after 7 months, you can start pushing. If not, it doesn't hurt to go to a congressional or even call yourself, but you have to have a good reason. Someone is dying, someone is very, very sick, but make sure you have insurance to cover it. But aside from extraordinary circumstances, they're not going to make it faster.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. Our time is up, and we love each one of your answers. They are awesome answers that you give every one of us. So thank you so much, Ms. Wong, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you. See you next week.
Have a
Thank
nice
you.
weekend.
Yeah. Thank you.
And for everybody who is joining us today, thank you so much. And don't forget, Ms. Wong's phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984, 9 cities, 9 offices in the United States. It's Atlanta, Chicago, Columbus, Cleveland, Memphis, Minneapolis, Nashville, New York, and Raleigh, North Carolina. And it's only one phone number. It's 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. See you next time. Take care and have a good weekend.
This pandemic has changed the world. Margaret W. Wong and Associates, with over 40 years experience in U.S. immigration law, keeps working for you in the midst of adversity. Offices are in Cleveland, New York, Memphis, Atlanta, Columbus, Raleigh, North Carolina, Nashville, Chicago, and Minneapolis. Look after your loved ones and we'll take care of your immigration needs. Please call us at 216-279-3984. That's 216-279-3984.